Right, let's see if we can see anybody tuning in. Got all my crib sheets here ready. Just waiting for a few of you to come in. Right, there we go. Some people are starting to tune in. Got everything, I think, ready. My machine's on. Card stop. Bring that in. Because we're going to be looking at 18 by 36 today. So I've obviously got mine all in my storage. I know it's back to front for you. So when we talk about 18 by 36, we're actually talking about, in old money, 7 by 7 cards. So if you like a nice square 7 by 7 card, you're absolutely in the right place, which is great. Plus the fact, I say square 7 by 7, but you know with Pink Frog, when you've got your crib sheet, there's 10 different folds that you can do. So even better, even better. I filled my glue bottles up yesterday. Where are we? Let's see if we can see anybody. See if I can see any comments. Oh, they're all starting to come through now. Hello, Jackie, Val, Gwen, Kim, Mr. Pink Frog, Val, Catherine, Celia. The sun is streaming here as well. Celia's got beautiful sunshine in Lancashire. Well, here in Nottinghamshire, I've had to put a board up at the window because the sun hasn't quite set yet and it's very low. So my craft room, as you can see from behind, even through the board, is streaming with sunlight, which is fabulous. Hello, Alison. Hello, Avril. Yeah, I think hello, Janet. They're still coming through, which is fab. So yes, I filled my glue bottles up yesterday, so I'm all ready to go. So today we are going to be looking at 18 by 36 cards, which in old money is your 7 by 7 size, which is a lovely size to work with. And yes, you get your crib sheet. However, today, the main card I'm going to do for demo is not on your crib sheet. I'm going to teach you another size card. So get your pieces of pens and paper ready, because I'm going to share some different fold to really showcase the vertical sentiments that Pink Frog have got. Now, I don't know whether any of you have seen them or got any. Give me a thumbs up if anybody's got any, because these are fabulous. So these are vertical words. I know you can't see it properly yet. I'm going to put the camera over the top in a minute. And then obviously you've got your outside and your inside. So you can cut it into your card or you can cut it out. So it gives you two different options. And I've got a couple of boards here to share with you as well. So hi, Caroline from Pink Frog HQ, Margaret, Nikki, Janet, Jan. Right, we've got a lot of you tuned in now. So I think without further ado, I'm going to flip the camera. Before I do, I'm just going to share a couple of little housekeeping notes with you. Now, the dies I'm going to be using today are Pink Frog dies. So they're our Pink Frog Britannia dies. So at the moment on the Pink Frog website, all the Pink Frog Britannia dies are 10% off. And that runs until 9 AM on the 28th of February. Okay. However, don't forget, if you've signed up to the newsletter, you've also got your additional 10% discount as well. Just saying. So it's a good chance. I know a lot of you stocked up when it was the stamps on offer, but it's the dies this time. So stock up while you can. The other nice thing that we've got is we've got a couple of deals today, is the card I'm going to be using today, which is the 18 by 36, which is the 7 by 7 inch. Approximately, is also on an offer at 10% off, and that runs until the 7th of February, which is Friday, and it finishes at 9 a.m. So you've only got a short window now to grab that cardstock while you can, and there are 15 different colours, and then you've got your super smooth, and then you've got your craft. So yeah, you know, great chance to absolutely stock up. Okay, so I think that's my little bit of housekeeping for now. I've got my notes with all the discounts and prices of things as we go along, so I'll keep that there and hope it doesn't fall down on me. So I can't see any more notes. Oh, Wendy's in the house from France. Hi, Wendy. So I'm going to flip the camera, so bear with while you see a bit of the ceiling, and I will put you in my holder without turning my phone off. There we go. So I think that's a nice good shot there. You can see these lovely vertical dies. I'll just let that settle down. My iPad is always a delay to what the phone is doing overhead, and I've gone quite close this time because I want you to see all the things I'm going to be doing, because we're going to be doing quite a lot today with this card. So it's going to be a real craft along from start to finish. So if you can't do it as a craft along with me now, remember that you can go back and watch this. So tomorrow it will be uploaded to the Pink Frog YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, because you can then watch this back anytime you like, and then you can also craft along with me while you're doing it, because you can pause it and things like that while you catch up or anything like that. So these are the cut in, cut out vertical sentiments. So here today I've got congratulations, I've got happy, I've got anniversary and birthday. However, we do also have Christmas and merry. And how I'm going to share with you is, this is how they work. So you do get, let's take the happy. As I say, you get two dies. Now when they come, they will be joined together, and if you can see those tiny little pips, you just cut those out with a pair of pliers or a very old pair of scissors. Do not use your best craft scissors, okay, because you don't want to damage your scissors. So this then gives you two dies in one. So if you want to cut into your card, you're just going to use that die. If you want to cut it to put on your card, and if we get around to doing card 2, you're going to use the 2 together. Okay, so this is showing you the concept, and it's really nice to have the fact that they're vertical. So it's something a little bit different. So I think without further ado, I'm going to share with you a card that is not on your crib sheet. And this is going to really showcase where these dies are going to come into their own. So yes, I've got all my card here, all in its storage, so I know exactly what I've got and what colours I'm missing and what I need to stock up on, so I can keep them all together. So I hope a lot of you have made your storage now, and if you missed that again, that will be over on the Pink Frog YouTube channel. So today I'm going to use a piece of that lovely purple. All right, now let me get my measurements so I get it right. Because we're going to do a bit of a touch on a diorama card. So when we talk about, let me move my brushes out the way. Got too many things on my craft desk. Let's move all that out the way. There we go. When we talk about 18 by 36, we talk about 7 by 7 card blank roughly. Okay, so what I've done is this card I'm going to keep that it's going to end up as a 7 by 7 size. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is to cut one at 18. So that's going to be the base of my card. Keep that back because then you can use that on another one. And then I'm going to take another one of the purple cards. And because you get so many in a pack, it's quite nice sometimes, like the pop-out cards, to use too. The second card this time is 18, obviously, in height, centimetres. And we're going to do 22 centimetres. Okay, keep that back as well because you can use that as a topper on a card or half fold. You'll always find a way to use it. So we've got 18 by 22 centimetres and 18 by 18 centimetres. So I'm going to bring my scoreboard up. So this is my centimetre scoreboard. And let me find my bone folder and my tool for scoring. And you're going to score at 3 centimetres and 5 centimetres on both ends of the long side. So I've done 3 centimetres and 5 centimetres. Do a half turn and do 3 centimetres and 5 centimetres. Okay, and you know what I'm going to tell you to do, and you're all going to be shouting at the screen. We are going to burnish, burnish, burnish. So I'm using the Teflon bone folder, and you'll find if you use the Teflon bone folder, when you're scoring, sometimes if you're using a cheap plastic one, you get shiny marks, but with the Teflon, you don't get any of that going on. So remember, all your true colours of the 18 by 36 are on 10% off. But if you've signed up to the newsletter, you've got your additional 10% off. So we're going to join these together, but not just yet. So you're going to have a sort of, I suppose it's a half diorama. But that's the look we're going for. But I've done this on purpose because I think these beautiful edges lend themselves so nicely to the vertical words. And I'm going to throw another die in the mix, as you can. Let me see if I can find it. The other die I'm going to throw in the mix is the lovely window die. It's another Britannia die. Okay, so this is, again, a Pink Frog die. It's an open window. It's a die I've used several times. It's a sort of a go-to. Okay, so I'm going to position that roughly there in the middle. And let me get some of my repositionable tape. If you haven't got any repositionable tape, also remember you can use your Masket to hold your dies in place. And I'm thinking, should we have happy birthday or let's have happy anniversary. So I'm not going to use the outside because I'm going to cut it into the card. So I'm going to position it where I want it. Get myself a couple of bits of tape to hold this in place. So I've gone between those two measurements. So the measurements I've given you work really well with this, with these vertical words. So again, I'm not going to use the outside. We're going to come straight in with these. Now, Pink Frog do lots of cutting cut out. You might have seen me bring you the Christmas cutting cut out. You might have seen me bring you the animal cutting cut out. We do the wild animals and the normal. But these cutting cut out words are fabulous. So I'm just going to pop this on my plate so I can pop it through my Gemini. And I think if you're in need of Gemini plates, Pink Frog have got plates available as well. Kimberly will let me know if they haven't. Oh, right. I'm just having a look to see if there's any more comments coming through. Oh, for some reason, I'm tuning in twice on Pink Frog. Now, that's strange, isn't it? Don't know what quite happens there, but there we go. So let's have a look at this without further ado. You can see all the elements are falling out already. If you turn it over, you can see the words have come out. So let me move the window die carefully first. Put some tape on. So that is my window die. And you can see you just pop those out very easily, but the window opens. Isn't that fabulous? I think that's really good. So that's the window die. And now let's remove the tape and reveal the words to you. Just trying to bring that. My tape is just tearing now. It's being silly. There we go. So, ooh, that's stuck to my fingers. So I'm just saving my repositionable tape because I use it again and again and again. And then with a pokey tool, you can just go in and poke these out. Now, we call these cut in, cut out. Now you can see that I'm poking out the letters. You could even use those letters on a project. So really, you've got sort of 3 ways you can use these. So they are just so versatile. So there is our anniversary. And again, let's just cut that out. But it's nice I've not got to think about anything with these. These are going to come out. I'm going to put some card at the back as we go along. And you're done. That is it. You're done. You haven't got to cut out separate letters or anything. But you can keep these letters and use those as well. Okay. So not a problem at all. So let me just put my pokey tool out the way. Let me just put my dies back on my magnetic sheet. I hope a lot of you have heard, actually, from some of you, you have been making your stamp and die storage, which is fab. Where did this one go? This one went over here. I've got so many elements to this card, so I do hope you enjoy it. So let me just move all these pieces out of the way for now. So you can see we've got the start of our card, and I'm going to just go back in and refirm the pieces that I have cut. So you can see how it's starting to come together. Now I'm going to take some ice gold. This is lovely ice gold paper. And I'm going to cut myself a couple of strips to go at the back of there to make it stand out. So we did our first score at 3. So let's go just under 3. So I'm going to take a couple of strips of this ice gold. Oh, and I need to cut it down as well to just under 18 or 7 inches. Okay. Let's just trim that down. There we go. So I've got my words here. I'm going to flip this over so we can stick the panel on the back. So this is where your fine nozzle bottle is really going to come into its own. In fact, if I put this underneath, you can see what I'm doing. So to start with, I like to do little dots. Now, if you're somebody who gets quite shaky hands when you're doing something like this, if you just do, keep your hand on the desk and do tiny little dots just with your glue bottle. So all I'm doing is holding it like a pencil. All right, so just going around, okay, and then once I've done that main bit, I can then squiggle in with the rest, and then I can take one of these strips. Now this ice gold paper is 120 GSM, and for 20 sheets it's only £4. So we're going to use this in a couple of ways. So I'm going to pop it on here to start with, but it's nice because it's not too heavy for what I'm needing. But it's got a lovely sheen and it's double-sided. So I can just stick that on. I'm going to turn this around. I know it's upside down. I'm going to do exactly the same again on the other side. So again, little dots. Just take your time. At home, you'll take more time than I'm taking. Okay, so even these tiny little bits. So this is where this really fine nozzle bottle is absolutely perfect. So this is where I go all quiet. And yes, if any of you are thinking, I am still a bit deaf in both ears. I'm getting some hearing back now, but it's still not right. So I'm very conscious that I have to talk louder because my family keep telling me I'm talking normally. I'm sounding like a whisper. So it's been a couple of weeks now since my eardrums burst, and I was hoping it would be improved by now. It has improved, but not brilliant. But anyway, so glue on there. Take the next strip and just put in that down on there. Now don't panic if you haven't stuck it square, or if it hasn't you've gone over the edge, because I'm going to show you how we can just tidy that up. So let's just put our nozzle back in there. So now can you see those beautiful words? So this is cut in that I've done here. So I can see a little bit that's overhanging on this side. So I'm just going to trim that off. Don't worry if you join in later on as well. I can see some more people joining in. Doesn't matter at all, because you can watch it back, and if you subscribe to the Pink Frog YouTube channel, you'll be able to watch it from tomorrow on there as well. So we're doing a card that isn't on the 50 18 by 36 crib sheet, just so you know. Okay, so I'm happy with both those bits. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I've got the rest of this ice gold. So what I've got is I'm going to have that one. I'm using some of the Lisa Horton interference inks again. Okay, because it's nice just to have something new to play with. And I'm just going to pick out another one. We'll have, I think it's, I'm just checking my my colour charts. These are the colour charts that we made. Again, if you missed that Facebook Live, you can go back and watch that. So I've got Tropical Paradise and Summer Garden. Now, I want to cut out some lovely ivy. Again, this is one of the Pink Frog dies, and some little flowers. So rather than, I didn't want the hard green that Pink Frog have got, I'm going in with my ink, and I'm just going to do some swiping with my Lisa Horton inks, because what this then gives me is the colour I want to die cut out. and you get these, you got that lovely shimmer, but when you add it together with the ice gold card, you get a different look again. So let's just go on with a bit of the tropical colour on there. This is to cut my flowers. I think that's enough. So I've used Tropical Paradise and Summer Garden. Okay, so because, can you see that shimmer? So not only have you got the shimmer from the interference things, I'm using set 2. Okay, so you've got that shimmer, but you've also got the shimmer from the paper underneath, so you've got double whammy, which is fab. So I'm just going to set this aside to dry while we do the next stage of the card, and I'm looking for all my bits. So I've now cut myself, let's put this to one side a minute. I've cut myself 2 pieces of Super Smooth, and these are measuring 11 centimetres. I think it was by 17. Let me double check. Yes, 11 by 17 centimetres. So I've got 2 pieces of the Super Smooth here. So we're going to create a lovely scene to look through our window. All right. So I'm going to start off this time with some of the gold shimmer. I'm going to put this one to one side for a minute because we're not going to use that one yet. So we'll go with the gold shimmer. So let me look for my brushes. So if you didn't see the Facebook Live with this, do go back and watch, because you'll see how these work. I'm trying to, that's it, Golden Sun there. I'm going to need Lemon Candy, and I'm going to need the last one, Summer Garden. So let's start off with that. So we're going to start off with a bit of the Golden Sun to start with, and I'm just going to bring it in on the Super Smooth. Now you can go in with your brushes, or you can go in with blending sponges, whatever you prefer. Pink Frog, I think we've still got the brushes in stock, haven't we, Kimberly? Kimberly will be able to let me know. I think off the top of my head, if I remember, I want to say they are $1.50 each, but I know there was a deal if you bought 10. So who's already got these? Give me a heads up if you have. Yes, Kimberly's saying about the Gemini plates. Now, do remember, if you've got a Gemini, the Gemini 2 plates work on your original Gemini of your normal Gemini. So the Gemini 2 plates come as white, but you can use them on your original Gemini, just to let you know, so that's not a problem. Yes, they're $1.99 each, or 10 for £15. Okay, so I'm happy with that colour. So I'm going to then come in with some of the lemon. So I'm creating a background scene here to look through the window. Now I'm not going to blend together to start with, because I don't want to cross-contaminate as I'm going directly to my ink pad. If I was putting my ink on the mat first, not a problem, but please don't cross-contaminate. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that, with the yellow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of yellow on my mat. So I'm not going to put the brush on there. And then I can start blending these together. So picking up that ink. A little of this ink does go a long, long way. And I do hope you can tune in. I'm going to be here Monday next week because the lovely Claire is busy. So I'm going to be here on Monday. And I'm going to show you something else that we can do with these inks. So I'm just blending these together. I'm not too concerned at the moment that this is like this because I showed you that little tip of how you can dry them down as well. Okay, let me find a wipe. Normally I do a mop up after this, but for the purposes of moving things along, because we've got a lot to get through, I'm going to just wipe that up so I can bring my green in. Now, can you see on my sponge here, I've got a bit of that colour. On a baby wipe, if you just wipe the excess off your brush, you see, and then have your old raggy microfiber cloth, you can then wipe that down. So that's how you then won't cross-contaminate. I'm dropping everything around me. So let's put the lid on there and let's bring in some green. So I'm creating a scene for outside. I'm going to lay this on here for now. Outside the window that we've die cut out. Okay. So as I said, the dies are 10% off. That is Pink Frog Britannia dies are 10% off. Okay, so it's a great time to stock up, but that offer does end at 9 AM on the 28th of February, so don't miss out. It's a great time to stock up. I know a lot of you did when we did the deal with the stamps. It's an opportune time to do that. So I'm happy with that, and then I'm just going to blend that into the yellow. Bringing that in. There we go. And then another thing I did do, which actually I haven't done yet, is I've just got a piece of scrap card. And just made myself a rough sort of landscape. And then just go over and darken that line. It will come up when it's dry. I should have perhaps dried it with the heat gun. You will see it when it's dry. I will share one I have previously done. But the more you do, oh, see, it's more prevalent then, isn't it, I should say, showing up. So it just gives a different view, even though these are the same coloured inks. You can sort of blend that through. Let's bring that up a little bit that way. We're going to overstamp on here as well. Okay, so you're getting that lovely sort of mountain look. So let's wipe that across. I'm going to bring my heat gun and just give that a whiz while I wipe the counter down. So bear with. Right, and then I've taken, where are we? Country Meadows. So some of you may have already got this from your stamps. Let's just move all those brushes over there out the way, and let's just pop that lot out the way. I'm going to go in now with my Lisa Horton Licorice. Okay. So this is just sort of building up and bringing this card all together. So this is a real sort of start to finish. I'm going to bring this up a little bit so we can see it out the window. So I'm using the Lisa Horton Swift Dry inks. Okay, this is licorice, which is obviously your black. So it's going to give a lovely silhouette look. Just bring that across on there. There we go. Happy with that. So let's just wipe that clean. And this is where these stamps, I think, sometimes get forgotten because they are so useful. And I'm going to bring in, let's have this one. I like this one. Bring this one in as well, just for a bit more height. But you can start building a scene up with these. And I think stamps like this work really well for, you know, any genre of card. So I'm happy with that. So pop that in there. Now the other stamps I'm going to use are country scenes. And I'm using country scenes. I'll take it out of here now, I think. I'm going to use country scenes. Find myself a block. Oh, there's a block. I'm going to use country scenes because in here we've got some lovely little birds and we've got some clouds. So I'm going to use these. So sort of just building up that sort of scene on your card. So I've got a smudge of black there. So if I put my cloud on there, see, it hides a smudge. Doesn't have to be a butterfly. And then we'll put another one on that edge there. And we'll do one over the other side. You've got lots of different clouds you can pick from this one. I'm just using the same one, but I could quite easily go in and use any of them. And then the other thing I'm going to do is to use some of these lovely birds. So nice juicy black ink. So we'll bring that one down there because he's bigger. But you've got different sizes of birds. So this means you can sort of have them going into the sunset, if you like. And there's a tiny little one. There it is there. 3 different birds. So let's do that tiny little one as well. There we go. So let me just move my cloth out of the way. That's damaged that a bit, but that'll be fine. So we've got a lovely scene going on here. Put the lid back on there. So the licorice, so the Swift Dry come in licorice. It comes in flint, which is a grey, and it also comes in coffee bean. And these are available for $7.99. So I've got my background to go behind my window. So I'm going to take this piece of my paper, because this one is dry. In fact, well, that one's dry too. Let's use that one. That's fine. So this time I'm going to go in with my ivy dye, and I'm going to go in with my flowers. Now, who's got the pink frog flowers? Because yes, we can make lovely 3D flowers, but we can also use them to do other flowers. So I'm going to take, this is the tiny one. So the tiny one, this is only £6. But the nice thing about it is I can cut multiples out and use it in a different way. So I'm just going to chop this randomly, because you don't want to waste any. Now, because this is 160 paper, the nice thing is you can cut it out a couple at a time. Okay, so I've got 2 there for that, because it will go through multiple layers at one time. So let's bring my cutting plate in. So I've got a couple of the pinky colour that I've done. So that will do for my flowers. And I'll just tape that down. And then I've got a couple of the green. So that will do for my ivy. I'm going to pass those through the machine. So the ivy, I think, again, is one that you'll come back to time and again to use. So let's bring our cards all together. There we go. Oh, it's all sliding everywhere. You see it's all falling out already. There we go, there's those. Let's move those out of the way one moment. So I've got the ivy and I've gone through 2 layers of the paper. So this is our Ice Gold 120 GSM. So this is great for using for inserts for cards, but you can also use it for your flowers or your leaves. Okay, and because I did 2 layers, just take that apart. There we go, we've got 2 of those. And now let's get the little flowers. I don't need these starry colour flowers, that's fine. But I'm going to poke out those other ones. Let me get my pokey tool. There we go. So that is your little flowers. So if you haven't got the little flowers, they are a great complement. You're just going to divide these up. There we go. So because you can cut several layers at one time, but you saw if you put the Lisa Horton inks on the 120 GSM. So it's great. You know, this is the sort of thing I'd make, die cut lots of these up, then you've got them. But this is great for batch making your cards as well. There we are. Right, so we can start putting this together. So we've got our lovely window die, and I'm going to just fold. I don't want it folding back too much. You've got a score line along here, but I don't want it folding back too much because all will become clear. So let's bring, oh, we need a blank one for the background. So glue. I'm going to stick one side first. Okay, so this side is going to go level with that second piece of card we cut at 18 centimetres by 18. Okay, we're just going to press that down so you've got that lovely vertical word going on there. And then I'm just going to fold that back because then this is going to give me my space to put our scene that we just made. So we'll put some glue on there. Ooh. So that can go just in there in the middle. So as you look through the window, you can see that lovely sentiment. Make sure that's stuck down. And then we're going to put glue onto the second half. So a diorama card, you do 2 like the front piece and join together. But I wanted a flat back. So put glue on the front and then just line it up with that front piece there. I'm not seeing any comments, so oh, I'm seeing them now. So hi Karen, hi Val, hi Heather, hi Wendy, hello Michelle. Oh, it's her first time here. Don't worry if you've missed it, Michelle, because you can watch it back on the Pink Frog YouTube channel. Wendy says the blending brushes are, what were her words? The blending brushes are brill. I have mine. Really like the inks. We'll need more. Flint and Coffee Bean are great. I must admit, Wendy, sometimes it's nice not to have black, but I've done black with this one. So you got that change. So you've got that 3D look, which is lovely. But the nice thing is it folds flat for postage and it goes in your 7x7 envelope. So let's bring the last bit of this together. I'm going to bring in my really fine glue bottle now. So I'm going in with the blue so I can stick my ivy around the window. There we go. So I'm just going to sort of position. Let's have that bit on there. I'm not going too mad sticking it down. I'm having it sort of quite, let's bring it to one side, quite sort of fluid, if you like. That's it. And then this piece, oh, it's a flower gone under there. Don't you go under there. I'm going to bring that piece there. You'll take more time than I'm taking, I know, with this. So and then I did some earlier, so I've got another one here I could bring in. And actually I'm going to snip that piece off. I don't want it quite as long as that. So I'm going to snip that piece off. And don't be afraid to do that either. Not a problem at all. Just so I can bring it in there. And I'm going to do the same, I think, with this one. Just taking a smaller piece. But the ivy die is one you will come back to time and time again. And I'm just going to join this. You see, this is where your fine nozzle bottles really come in to their own. Now, I know it's ivy and you don't normally have flowers on ivy, but this is my make-believe card, so I'm going to. So I'm going to pop a few little flowers on. This is where I can imagine everybody goes quiet. So just a few little flowers, because it's your card. You can do what you like, really. That's the nice thing about it. You can add whatever you wish. Let's have a couple just here. Now, another thing I'm going to do, I've got a happy anniversary here. Now, isn't it nice that you could personalise this to a particular anniversary? It was. And with Pink Frog, you can. So, let's just bring in the number dies. I've got them tucked up under here somewhere in my storage. Right, is that one? No, that's my flowers. So let me pop my flowers back in there. There we go, that's that side. Let's bring in the numbers. So these are, no, they're not there. There must be another one that's flown away. There they are. These are the lovely number dies. So this means we could personalise this. So we could have happy anniversary and we could say put 20th. Let's put 20th. Just for a random number, as you do. And actually I'm going to do that out the same lovely paper, because I think it's just going to be about right. So I could have inked it, but I'm not going to. I've lost a plate. Where are we? So I had my 20th. So let's pop that onto there. I could do it out a card. I could have done it out of some gold mirror. I could have... The sky's the limit really with Pink Frog, because they've got it all covered. All your card wants are covered absolutely perfectly. So where are we? Glenda says 7x7 is classed as large letter for those posting. Yes, but it's for those very special cards, isn't it? That's the nice thing about it. Hi Gabrielle, hi Alison. I'm still seeing all your lovely comments. I will go back and read them all afterwards. So, oh, that slipped. Let me pop that through again. It's because I was reading comments as I was putting it through. Should have just got my smaller plates, it would have been easier. Let's do it in reverse. Come back. It's reversing now. So yes, so we've used the window die, you've got the numbers. I'm using the large numbers. So the large numbers are £14. Okay, but they are a great sort of go-to. So let me just put these just back on here quickly so I don't lose them. Where's my pokey tool again? So this is where you can really personalise this. You've got your vertical words, and we also do have the Christmas ones. If there's a particular Christmas card you like doing and you think, oh, I can't do that because I haven't got vertical words, you can quite easily do it. So we do sell them all year round, not just for Christmas. And then I'm going to get my because we'll have a 20th. Just to be different. So let me pop those over there while we stick these on. Let's have that. So fine nozzle bottle comes into its own again. I must say I was using the Lisa Horton, those Swift Dry inks, thinking of Wendy, earlier on today. And the nice thing I did like about them was when you got it on your hands, these Swift Dry, it washes off very well just with soap and water, which often that doesn't happen with ink pads, because I've managed to get myself in a right mess. But yes, it washed off very nicely with soap and water. Should have had my tweezers really, shouldn't I? But never mind. We're managing. Now I was going to do another card, but we've run out of time. I'm going to have to put my th up there. If I put it about there. Okay. So there we go. Wipe the ends of your glue bottles. So I'm going to call this a half diorama because it hasn't got the other half on it. I've lost my pokey tool bit. There we go, stick it in there. I'm going to turn the camera around just to recap on a few things. Actually, before I do, so if anybody was late to watching what we were doing, the cutting cutout dies. Let me bring in the ones we were using today. So these are the ones we were using today. So they've got birthday, happy, anniversary and congratulations. But there are also Christmas ones, so don't forget that there's Christmas ones as well. But how they work is they come as one. You snip the little pips off here. If you want to cut it into your card, which is exactly what I've done here, you just use that element, and then that cuts into your card. If you want to cut it out, you put the two together, and I've got one that I had prepared here for the second card that we didn't do, but never mind. Let me share with you so you can see. So if you put the two together, you get that. So you have that as a strip. So then you can quite easily add it. Should we just add it quickly? Yes, we've got 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes. Let's add it quickly. So what you can do is go in again with your glue, do your little dots and all your elements. I picked the longest word, didn't I? Never mind. Bear with me. Now, just to let you know, I'll be with you on Monday, and it won't be Claire because Claire's busy. So next week I will be with you live on Monday, and Claire is going to do my Wednesday. But the exciting news is you'll also be able to watch us on the craft store. So we're going to be here, but we're also going to be on the craft store. And don't worry about anything, because if you purchase anything through the craft store, your orders are done directly through the Pink Frog website. So it comes directly to us. Okay, so it's not going to the craft store, we're just using their platform to stream on. Okay, so more people can watch, and it means if you can put it on your big telly through your YouTube, okay, you can watch us on the big telly because they've got the YouTube going as well. So that is cutting in with that piece, and that one is cutting out with the two together. So with that one, my aim was, I've done a side card again with the 18 by 36, and that was going to be my panel on the top. And if you saw the elements for the show, I've got all this die cut out ready to do. That is that beautiful frame that die cuts an absolute dream. That was going to go there with a number on, but you can see on the side fold cards how beautifully that can look. I'm going to flip the camera around, so bear with while I just bring that round so I can see you all. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you liked the cut in, cut out vertical words. So, and you've got that lovely scene going on through the window. I think it's just gorgeous. That's perfect for male or female cards, I think. And it stands up. It's a real mantelpiece pleaser. But yes, you can cut them in. You can cut them out. They're all there. But don't forget to take advantage of the 10% off all the Britannia dies. And that runs out, let me check my crib sheet, the 28th of February at 9 AM. And then you've got 10% off the card that I've been using today, the card size I've been using, which is 18 centimetres by 36 in old money, which is 7x7. So the card we made that's not on your fold sheet that comes in with your cards, that still fits 7x7 and folds back flat for postage. Okay, and there's 10% off that card size, any colour you like, until the 7th of February at 9 AM. If you haven't already subscribed to the Pink Frog newsletter, please do, because on top of the percentages that we tell you, you get a special discount code that gives you another 10% off on top. So you can really go to town and have some fun with that and stock up. I know a lot of you did with your stamps. So now we've got that on the dies. Have a look, put Britannia dyes on the search for Pink Frog and have a look at all the beautiful dyes they do. They're fabulous. So you've got those there as well. So I will see you on Monday at 4 p.m. and Claire will see you next Wednesday at 4 p.m. and you'll find us over on the craft store as well as here, and also you'll be able to find us on YouTube. So I'll look forward to seeing you next week. Have a fabulous weekend, a lovely crafty weekend, I do hope, and I'm going to say bye for now.